So you want to remove a negative article or news story from Google. I used to be a journalist. My name is Nadernejad, and I am a big fan of journalism. But there comes a time where a journalistic style article or a news story is ruining your reputation, and journalists don't understand. They don't differentiate. And actually, I want to make a petition. I want to petition all journalists out there to remove their articles if it's affecting people's livelihoods and their families. So it's as simple as that. If you are unable to function in society simply because of a news article, you can't make money, you can't get a job, you can't protect your family, it's not right. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to get a publisher takedown. If you have questions about your online reputation, simply hit the calendar link down below. The calendar link will take you to a free 30-minute call with me, no obligation, no cost. I will walk you through every piece of information possible so that you come out of the other side with, wow, he really helped me. And that has been our best way of getting new clients and doing business with people who need help with their online reputation. So I promise you'll get help from that. You'll get my sincerity and everything that I can do for your reputation. Anyway, when it comes to negotiating publisher takedown of a negative article, and if that's not what you're willing to do, you can look at how to suppress it on this channel. But the number one thing to do is simply to appeal to their human side, appeal to their humanity. I once worked with a woman in California, and her kids were being bullied at school for the negative content. You know, they said, your mom has this negative article. You know, they made fun of the kids come home crying, they would leave threatening notes, other mothers would leave threatening notes on her car. And she actually ended up calling a publisher and asking for a takedown. You know, the editor, who was another woman, agreed to do it because she appealed to the human side, the sympathy. So I want you to think about it. Rather than threatening news platforms and journalistic, articles, rather than threatening the journalists, try to appeal to their human side. Try to say, hey, this is really affecting my life. I understand how journalism works. You put it on a story. It seems like things are factually correct. If they're factually incorrect, you can't have them taken down, or you can get a lawyer. But if they're factually correct, for the most part, all of it needs to be factually correct, to be honest. If that story is correct, you don't really have much to work with. Freedom of press in the US is the highest. Then we see high freedom of press in Canada and Australia, slightly below the US. You can't get away with saying as much. In the US, freedom of speech is like, say anything you want, you can almost get away with it. Unless it is a lie that costs people a lot of business, people likely aren't going to look. Lastly, freedom of press is lowest in the UK. You really can't get away with saying too much, and you have the right to be forgotten, which doesn't always work well, but it's better than the US. So you really need to negotiate takedowns, especially if you're in the US. Reach out to their human side, say, hey, this is affecting my kids. Anytime you can drag in your partner, your kids, people that you care about, it is really going to help you a lot. Those are my recommendations. And let them know. I would reach out to them on email. I would try to call them first. Try to speak to an editor. So when you call, try to ask for a newsroom editor rather than asking for any journalist, the person at the front desk. Call and say, can I speak to the editor? Or can I speak to the journalist who wrote the story? Speak to the journalist, see if you can appeal to them. If not, say, do you mind if I have a conversation with your editor? I'm happy if you want to sit in with it too. I just want to ask for some information as a member of the public, as a journalist who serve us. So I really want to know as a member of the community how I can reintegrate back into the workforce, reintegrate back into society without this article haunting me, without it ruining my life. Can we keep the article on your website but de-index it from Google search so I can get a job and feed my family? So that's some really important information that I want you to run with. And try to appeal to the human side. If that doesn't work, if you're unable to do it, we can suppress it for you. Meet us with a calendar link down below. I can even teach you how to do it. Or go about suppressing it yourself. Most of the resources to do about half of the work that we do is on this channel. I've given you everything. The only thing you don't have access to is our publishers. So honestly, if you watch all the videos on this channel, you'll know what I do. So go ahead and look at that. There's always a way to suppress. Most people, 98%, don't go past result 12. There's only 2% who are really combing to find other things. So you are really in a good place. I want you to remember that. And don't let this paralyze you. You have what it takes. My name is Nadernejad, Director of Nadernejad Media Incorporated, Online Reputation Management, and thank you for watching.